All right, guys. We've got a big series here. It's Alpha X's Zoun in the bottom right up against Shopify Rebellion's Byun in the top left. And Byun mixing things up after his last series goes for the gas first here. Now, I think he's going to wall off with a quick depot, so expect another SCV to come over here in a moment. I don't think he wants that probe getting in his base. Let's check it out. Let's see. Does he? Maybe not with this build. So with the barracks gas build that he's been doing a lot, Byun walls off, and then often just does a high ground command center, but pretends he's one basing. And we'll see exactly how it goes. Probe comes forward. He brings another SCV here. Zoun not going in for the scout, so he's not confirming that it's gas first yet, but he might be able to just tell by the barracks timing. Way too greedy by Byun. You always pull an extra SCV, guys. You always pull an extra SCV there. That was honestly just very lazy by Byun, and he gets punished for it. So he does drop the question mark there. Very common for these Korean pro players to have a bit of attitude in their tournaments. Chat was actually just, I wish I could read Korean, guys. If anyone in chat speaks Korean, can read Korean, please translate for me. I'd love to be able to read what they're saying, but I have no idea. Okay, so the probe does go down. But you know what, man? So he scouts everything and kills an SCV. And behind it, Zoun just chronos an adept. Warp gate on the way. People asking, will I be competing as Terran? I've been competing as Terran for the last month, so I'll absolutely be competing in all my EPT cups and everything as Terran, guys. Just because I've been focusing on Terran at the moment. That's why I'm kind of watching these games a little bit more from the Terran point of view. And it's going to be a very quick Hellion drop by the looks of it. Could be 2 Hellions into a bunch of Widow Mines as well. Could even be an Armory behind that. I love the Stargate play from Zoun. I would expect quick Phoenix here just to control and shut down the aggression. When you know you're up against one of these gas first quick factory builds, it's just a good way to shut it down. If you get Phoenix out, you can pick up Widow Mines, pick up Hellions, kill Medevacs and Liberators. It's very powerful. Medevac is there on the way. Hellions as well. Got a gateway there building in the natural first Phoenix. Getting chrono boosted. Even cuts a probe there to start the Phoenix. Man, these guys are typing so much. Oh my god. I've got 2-minute delay on the stream as well, so even if people are translating it, we're going to get it translated with a 2-minute delay. Keep that in mind. Command center there on the high ground. Very late, though, post 3 minutes. And he's only got 4 Hellions, guys. No Widow Mines or anything, so he's just going to build defensive units behind that. Honestly, 4 Hellion drop against 3 Adepts, 1 Phoenix out, 2nd Phoenix about to be out. 3rd Phoenix doesn't quite have enough money for it. Needs 150, 100. There we go. It's starting now. But if the Phoenix can intercept the Medevac, oh, that's huge. Uh-oh. That is huge. Zoun catches it. Already dealing damage to this Medevac. The Adepts are shading up. Oh, but he's just going to run away. Is he? Is he? Oh, he tried to get him to cancel the shade. And he did. He canceled the shade. He got him to cancel the shade, but he accidentally splits the Hellions. Oh, no. One of the Hellions is going in the natural, guys. And then another one gets lifted up. The Hellion in the natural. Oh, it doesn't do anything. He doesn't achieve anything. They're all just getting picked up. Oh, it's a shutdown. Zoun says, nah, mate. I scouted it. I played super safe. Come on, man. These builds don't work on me, buddy. I even skipped the shield battery in the main. 2 probes is all I lost. And now 4 Adepts, 3 Phoenix. They're coming over. So you better lock up your wives. Lock up your sisters, your daughters. Because there's be Phoenix and they be lifting people right out of your window. Yeah, I don't know. They're going to fucking kill a lot of stuff. This is really hard for Byun. Actually, good damage on that one. I mean, if Byun can survive this with no damage, he'll be good. But he's not. So the Cyclones use their lock-ons on the Adepts. One of those gets broke. The Phoenix take out the Viking, first of all. Every single Marine is dead. Picks up the Cyclone to finish it there. And goes for the other Phoenix. The Adepts there taking out some SCVs as well. Oh, this is a straight up disaster, fam. Trading off those Adepts, those early game units to just completely diminish Byun's defenses. I mean, economically, it doesn't seem too bad for Terran, but keep in mind that Terran normally has a pretty big army supply advantage in this matchup. And in this case, what do you got? A Cyclone, 2 Marines. Phoenix are out there for full map control. Zoun drops a 3rd. Drops a Robo, and he's going to be working his way up into more Phoenix, more Colossus in the near future. And His Robo's kind of late, so he might go Twilight or even Twilight Forge very quickly. But we're definitely going to see a Robo Bay and an Immortal the moment that Robo is finished. Ooh, Phoenix there taking some damage. So we have some translations from everyone else, guys. Chat claims that the two players were actually insulting each other's mothers. You've crossed the line, is what one of them said. This is not it. Byun said you crossed a line, and Zoun said sorry after he killed the probe at the start of the game. I do like that. That's cute. That's cute. Thank you to Gumi Bear in the chat. Thank you so much, mate. Extra gateway is definitely... I mean, this is such a controlling position because Phoenix are going to see everything before it comes. And you've already kind of like, okay, I've got tons of Phoenix, so you can't really do any light harassment. There's too much chance. Like even just checking the edge for a Raven on the edge or a Widow Mine drop. So you're kind of forced to turtle up here as Byun. He's going Stim, Shields, Marines, Tanks. He's got the Starport up now. He's adding the +1 bioweapons. I mean, Byun could still catch up, but it's just going to be hard for him to ever surprise Zoun and take a really good fight, which is, of course, what you're usually looking for. Now, the Phoenix are getting more and more bruised up, guys. Remember, Phoenix have 60 shields only, 120 hit points. So losing 80 hit points on that is a very significant portion of its overall hit point pool, which will not regenerate. Colossus is on the way there. Twilight and Forge only now going down. I mean, this early game got slowed down a lot. So Zoun feels confident being this greedy, going 66 workers, even though the Colossus are so late. Great. I'm like, dude, that actually seems like you're even pushing the greed there, Zoun. Zoun apparently is like, no. I know I'm ahead from that early damage from cleaning up all those units, and this is exactly what I'm going to take advantage of it with. We're just going to go up to full 3-base saturation, all the tech, the Colossus, and it hasn't even started his gateway explosion yet. It goes down now, but guys, Byun's moving out. Has he been a bit too greedy? That's 4 siege tanks. There's more Vikings on the way as well. The Drilly Boys are being pulled. And guys, was this really the right game to go 6 gas? I think Zoun's asking himself right now, why do I only have 4 gateways up? Why am I not at 7 or 8 gateways? Well, it's because I built 66 probes and a ton of gas geysers. Now he's got a lot of force fields in there. He's already just warped in 2 more sentries to try and slow down this push. So for Zoun, it's a waiting game. He says, let my economy work. Let myself get a few more Colossus out, a bit more production. Trades a Phoenix for a Viking there. Acceptable trade for both sides, I would say. Oh, what he's going to build turrets. Byun's going to slow push this, guys. Now, he's got to be careful. Those clump Marines and SCVs are fodder for the Colossus, but he's got to keep them close enough to the tanks to stop the Phoenix picking them up. Ooh, the SCVs do take a bit of damage there. He's got to be careful. Remember, there's battery overcharge available. 1 sentry already almost goes down. These Marines, man. Those Marines will disappear in this fight. Byun's trying to get his tanks far forward. Turrets finish, kill one of the observers. Phoenix come in. They do chip at the Vikings. Hasn't used battery overcharge just yet. He's been very patient, but that Colossus gets super low and he's got to use it. Look at the way he pulls back the Marines. He focuses down the Phoenix though. Dude, and he's keeping his bio there, just protecting the tanks. And the tanks have to focus fire the Colossus. He saves some Marines from the front. That Colossus takes a lot of damage. He does keep it alive for now, but that is 5, 6 siege tanks. 1 more tank just coming in now. And that's actually insane. It's on the very top right now. It's going to siege there and kill the Colossus. Oh, it's killing the rocks. It's in this very dicey position. Guys, Byun's fought back. Zoun was too greedy. He was too greedy. I think against any less committed push, this might have been okay for him. But he's only got those 8 gateways coming up now. Zealot Archon trying to be warped in. Byun, after an objectively terrible start, losing a probe, an SCV to a probe, dealing no damage with the aliens, and yet he finds himself taking that game with a super all-in steady tank bio push. Very well. All right, unfortunate turn of events there for Zoun, who's now in the bottom left, Byun in the top right. And I think you think about that push. Byun wanted to just finish it immediately with a hard push, but he realized he couldn't shove in there. There was too many force fields, too many Colossus, and he said, okay, we're building turrets and maybe bunkers, and we're just going to basically set up and you know, the SCVs will not tank much for us, but they'll take a few Colossus swipes and hopefully our tanks can just eliminate the Colossus. And Colossus are just useless. Once there's that many siege tanks sieged up, they gun them down way too quickly. And once you have missile turrets and all the Marines being stimmed and focus fired like Byun was, sometimes maybe not even focus firing, but just all you need to do is make sure your Marines are near the tanks and hold position them, and they'll kill the Phoenix because they're the only things that are in range of them. It just meant that the tanks were too powerful. So I really think Zoun should have had his Phoenix behind that push, picking up reinforcements, and he should have maybe even sent some zealots around, and he should have just kept falling back there, even give up the natural nexus if he has to. It's always hard when you've got production buildings at the front of your natural. Now Byun here going back to his barracks gas with the wall off. Zoun unable to know. Is this 2 gases? That's the kind of image that Byun gives off by walling off. But as we've seen in this previous series, he likes to just build a command center. Hopefully we do get some nice translations there, guys. Let me know. Let me know what it says. We'll update you here. 2 minutes when I get those translations back. I've really got to learn to speak Hangul. Speak Hangul? Read Hangul, I guess I should say. The Marine does chase off that reactor on the high ground. It's going to be a command center up there as well. Command center is not the fastest at 1:50, but got the second depot, so it kind of makes sense. It's a little delayed. Now, is he going to freak out at all? Is Zoun going to panic? He's going to send out 2 probes. He's already got 1 on the map looking for proxies. He's going to send another probe out. So he's checking. Am I being proxy marauded? Proxy factories? Are there tanks building out here? What's going on, man? It's kind of funny when a PROTOSS player sees a push like that coming in the last game. They see the SCVs coming. They still can't stop it. I think, honestly, Zoun had already put himself in a compromised situation by choosing to go 66 workers, 6 gases. That was him pushing his greed a little bit too much. As I said, pays off a lot in most scenarios. But you add an SCV pull, turret, such a good tank position, and Byun was able to punish him. If Zoun did a more standard, no gases on the third, get, maybe even stop at 53, 54, 55 probes, something like Zest does a lot of the time. Get your gateways up, start pumping those units, then you can steadily add a few more probes. He would have been in a much better situation. Got 3 barracks there on the way. Adept shading forwards. Marines would like to go down and catch that Adept. Notice he's going to hide the Marines probably that pop out of the other barracks. Time to get down there, Byun. You got to secure that natural, buddy. What is Byun doing? He's got to move that command center down. He should be down here, I think, denying the Adept. Now, Zoun is kind of shading home. He's going to chrono a Phoenix out. Notice he sends it straight in because he's like, I need to know what the hell is going on. I don't know what's happening in this game. I need to scout it. Still hasn't seen the second and third barracks. Doesn't know for sure, but maybe has already made the read from just that Marine count. That Marine count actually looked totally possible off reactor first, but maybe there was just 1 or 2 more, and Zoun knows just from that. I mean, he should absolutely go around the back to check. And oh, wow, man. Byun doing such a good job of hiding so far. And okay, now he definitely knows. There's no ifs or buts about it, guys. 1 Phoenix into 1 Oracle, and he's just going to make a bunch of units. He's already got 4 Adepts, 3 gateways there. Starts a 3rd Nexus. There's no way you're keeping that Nexus alive. Cancels it. Zoun, what is going on? Zoun is looking so unconfident. Let's go to his camera. He now decides, oh, I can't defend it. I guess because he saw the move out. I mean, if you're going to take a Nexus there, you can do it, but you have to take it in a corner. If you take a corner hidden base, you can get away with it because they don't know about it, and then you just defend this ramp here. Now he's going to go double Oracle, setting up more Stalkers and Adepts on the ramp. Doubt Byun pushes up that ramp. If he does, it's really silly, guys. He sees the unit count. He gets the frig out of there. So remember last time he did that same poke, saw less units, and he committed up it. This time around, though, he doesn't. I say remember, assuming you've all watched every match that I've cast of Byun. Often casting a lot of series consecutively on these days when I'm casting these, and I'm like, see, remember, it's just like in that other series I cast earlier, which only some of you saw. Forge is on the way, charge. Okay, so he's going charge before blink because he feels like he just needs units to survive. And that's absolutely correct. I mean, Starport's on the way. There's already a ton of bio out. His third's not too badly timed, honestly, considering the start, 5 minutes 20. Got lots of stuff going on. Gates starting to add up. So 3 gateways here. Gonna go to 6. Now with just charge though. Charge, blink, sentries. This is a pretty trash tier army. But if Byun overextends into it, it can be in big trouble. Force fields in this choke point are notorious, especially against an army that doesn't have tanks or liberators backing it up. Force fields are going to zone that out very well. Three barracks, factory, starport there on the way as well. Templar Archives is coming in, so he will add Archons to this. But notice he's not been as constant with his probing. Zoun realizing that he's got to defend this push first and foremost. There's no third command center on the way for Byun just yet. He's just pounding out a giant army. You can see he's going to build it now, but it's a little late. And that's why he has 38 Marines, 4 Marauders with soon-to-be 1-1 upgrades, medevacs, and everything else. Zoun's very afraid of what appears to be impending death and an impending 2-0 in this series, and who would have called it? I mean, I know Byun has been beating Zest, but he really has not been having a good time in tournaments. Other than beating Zest in a bunch of online stuff, Byun's been getting his ass handed to him in a lot of these tournaments recently. He's not been having a good time since basically the end of last year, start of this year, when he was on a real hot streak around that last chance tournament at the end of last year's season. Doubledrop's going to try to rotate up into that main base. Oracle tag comes in. Does he realize his unit's missing? Ooh, doesn't look like it. He's not warping anything in the main, guys. He's trying to go to 10 gateways. Storm is not quite ready. Byun's going to distract him here, and that's going to, of course, allow him to push into the third base at the same time. He's going to just take out the Cybercore to start. Not the highest value target. Obviously just wants to not get caught by the Stalkers or anything. Remember, guys, no blink. It's just charge and Storm. So there's no punishment for a multi-dropping Byun here. Zoun can sit there and just wait for him to overcommit and try to drop storms on his face. But until that blink kicks in, can't do too much. Stalkers, Zealots cleaning up that Marine there. We've got 2 Oracles on the backside of this. They haven't tagged this army though. He's going to have to pull a lot of units down there. No High Templar in the natural. He's got 3 High Templar on the third, but if the army, he can't storm through the Widow Minefield necessarily. Decent storm to start, not the most amazing. A lot of Zealots in that natural ready to come down. He's going to try and jump on top of this. Ooh-wee. Oh my god. Dude. Big storm on the right side does come on in. Getting some lag here. Sorry guys, I don't know what this lag is. I don't know if that's on my end or what it appears to be. I don't know if it's my ISP. Getting a bit of stutter step in this fight. Oh my god, what is happening? Byun is just not taking any big storms. He just killed 26 Zealots for 26 Marines. That's a pretty good trade for Terran. For those who don't know, Zealots cost twice as much as Marines. He is absolutely slaying as being super cost efficient. And Zoun is just not able to find the fight. That Stormer though, watch out for that one Storm. That one lad that's there is packed, filled with storms. But get out. Oh, he does overstay a bit too long. Ow. Oh, ow. Does take out the Archon before going out. He's going to try and rejoin with the army. I think overall still very good trades for it. Byun. 55 workers for Zoun, 50 for Byun. Oh, very few things that shoot up over here. Fair enough. Marauders, of course, don't shoot up. The strange thing that happens later on in the game where you're like, oh, a prism, oh, an oracle, and you stim your whole bio squad and you realize there's 1 or 2 Marines in there and you're like, god damn it. Third base mass mule hammer dropping there. Byun is going to use that to try and rebuild his army. He's going into ghosts behind this. +2 attacks on the way as well as a second forge here for Zoun. Fascinating that Zoun is just going to build like Immortal Archon Zealot Stalker Storm. He's not going to try and go Disruptors, which is what most people would try to do from here. Force fields. 3 Marines and a Marauder get caught there, but a few Zealots do go down for it. It's not free. This Oracle's being very annoying, very wily. Zoun hanging out in this game. He's surviving. And if he plays Survivor for long enough, he might be able to secure a 4th and diversify his tech a little bit more. He's still looking for those big juicy storms, which... Ooh, Byun comes in, gets one of the High Templars, baits out a lot of the Psy Storms, wants to keep baiting this army into these Widow Mines. He's got a big ghost in there. 3 ghosts now. Where's the High Templar? Guys, there's only one High Templar. Oh my god, he didn't have any backup storms. He didn't have any backup storms. Zoun's out of energy. And this is one of those things, we've seen this with Creator a lot as well. A lot of the Koreans don't make those backup High Templar. They're trying to just be really efficient with just a small number of them and spend their gas on more meaty army units like Archons and Stalkers that are very reliable in combat and do more continual DPS. But the downside is, dude, he snipes one of your High Templar, baits a storm out. You've only got a single storm left, and suddenly your army's so much weaker. Fire there, coming on forward. Oh, doesn't hit the storm, man. Dude, this is rough. Byun is just out microing him, and check it out. 4th Command Center, 2nd Engineering Bay Armory, all going down. An Oracle does fall there as well. So Byun's going to the latter stage. Now, you could argue that Byun on just 56 SCVs doesn't have the greatest economy, and you wouldn't really need to argue it because it's simply an accurate statement of truth. He's not building more SCVs right now as well, so the thing is, guys, you can be cost efficient all game versus PROTOSS, but if you don't keep building SCVs properly, you can lose. Now, why do I say that? It's not because Byun's bad and he's done this a lot before. It's because that's how a lot of my PvTs end when I get really tilted. I go, I won every fight! I won every fight and I still lost the game? Fucking bullshit! You know, and I'm shouting at my screen and stuff. And I've realized it's almost always because I look back and I'm sitting on 55 workers despite being up on 4 or 5 bases, and I'm like, dude, why am I not at 65, 70, 75 workers? I don't know. And don't get me wrong, it's a choice to play a lower economy style here for Byun, but if he does take one big bad fight, things can turn around. Look at that, Zealot's getting his natural. They find a lot of SCVs. Ooh, 10 workers going down? Dude, 10 workers? Oh, he's going to try and counter push on the front. Counter push on the front. He's like, okay, I've been ahead for long enough time to kill you, but look at that Archon count. If these Archons can surround this army, Byun's got to pull out. Byun is actually got to pull out right now. I got to say, guys, if this army surrounds him, the splash damage from the Archons, 1 or 2 good storms, and he's dead. Oh, 1 or 2 good storms? Oh, sorry, guys. I will stop caster cursing Byun right now. He was so ahead. It was looking like a 2-0, but now, yeah, he should have got out of here after those storms. He needs to heal. He can't fight with such a weak army. Great EMPs on some of those Archons, but he's losing too many units, and Byun from a winning position now is suddenly there's this one kind of like counter all-in push that Zoun can do. Byun's got to wait. He's got to heal these units up, and he's got to surround this army. Dude, Byun's not ready. He's got to pull the SCVs. He's got to pull the boys in here. Okay, he does. Oh, great EMPs. And that Viking is doing a lot of damage. That Colossus going down. Where's the rest of his army? It's still out on the left flank. It hasn't come in yet, guys. Where is that left army? If that catches the High Templar, that'll be huge. Zoun, can he land the storm? Great storm on those Marauders. High Templar does go down, though. Because of that, he's very clumped up, is Byun. And Byun's out of medevac energy. I think Byun might actually be dead here, guys. There's still a few Psy Storms about to kick in. There's still 1 Colossus, 1 Archon, 1 Prism, and a lot of Zealots. It's right now a single upgrade advantage for Zoun. I cannot believe he's fought his way back into this game. Okay. I mean, ow. Okay, big Widow Mines landing on Zoun. Oh, we get some big storms. The High Templar going down. Both armies are so fragile. They're crumpling, but the Terran army just a little bit more fragile there. In the red and the orange, and Byun, he lets the 2-0 underdog victory slip away. Zoun fights back, hits hard, and ties up the series. It's going to be a good time, guys. Don't go anywhere, because we are going straight into map number 3. Up here in the top right-hand side, representing Alpha X in the red, this is Zoun. In the bottom left, it's Byun. Game 3 is going to be 2,000 atmospheres. One of my favorite maps here on the bottom of the ocean floor. That should be a good one. Now, Byun was a little slow to take his 3rd in that last game, despite having it finished at a half-decent time. This was not he's not doing 5 racks play. He's not doing that Qer style. I actually really liked the Widow Mines in that last game. I think they were used exceptionally well. But he did take, like I said, he was a little slow to build the extra SCVs. And if you're going 4th base, double eBay, you're going to really need those extra SCVs. And you really want to be careful. When your opponent gets that heavy Archon army out, it's all about the angle of the fight. When they get heavy Archon Zealot, if you get flanked or surrounded, same with Storms as well, you know, it's so just bad for the Terran. And on the other hand, it's like, well, if they're clumped and you land like 6 EMPs across most of their Archons and High Templar and Zealots, like it's just game over as well. So really how that splash damage lands, if the Archon Zealot can flank your army, it does really well. If it attacks you into a bit of a choke point, you're stutter stepping backwards behind terrain, buildings, that sort of things, or even into just Widow Mines. You get drastically better Widow Mine hits if you stutter step back into them because your opponent's army clumps up as it chases you, takes massive hits. And it was a little bit of a problem. Well, this is going to be a bit more of a standard opening. The probe, of course, has scouted that command center. We've got the barracks and the factory there as well. Gateway pumping out an adept there in the main base. Nexus is getting close to finished. Reactor halfway done. Do you guys think this factory swaps onto that reactor? I don't think so. I think we're just going to see a 2 Widow Mine drop. I think Byun's going to open up pretty standard. And he might even just do like a non-stop tank production style, to be honest. If he does that, of course, expect him to prioritize a little bit of a quicker 3rd command center. That being said, I mean, game 1 was a huge 2-base tank all in. That was like 5-6 siege tanks or something. It was insane. Depth comes in here. SCV hides in there. Marines, 3 Marines and an Alien. That there is fear personified for the Adept. Alien will drive across the map. Stalker Adept. Blink is on the way. 2nd gateway goes down. And Zoun, I would not be surprised to just do the same thing most PROTOSS players do, guys. Build Robo, make 2 more gateways, then go, I make Stalkers. Dun 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 dun. I make Stalkers. Dun 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 dun. Now, what would be really impressive, though, is if he does that and Byun just shuts it down, which he's been doing pretty good defense in the 4-gate blink. So, obviously, he doesn't know that's what's happening right now, but he's actually going straight to Factory Tech Lab. He's going to swap these and build a Raven, is he? Oh, this is interesting, guys. He's doing what appears to be a 5 Marine Reaper Hellion drop. Oh, okay, so just a very quick drop, and he's going to go Raven, build a tech lab on the factory, maybe get some tank production going. Okay, very cute, very cute. Or maybe he'll even multi-prong a little bit. Hellion Reaper distracts at the natural, tries to pull him out of position a little bit. Only 5 Marines, though. It's a very light pressure, guys. I think this is... It's quick, though. It is hitting early in the game. Blink is still 25 seconds away. 1, 2, 3 probes should get that 4th one as it pops out of the gas. The Hellion Reaper on the natural. Not really finding anything, but... Dude, imagine if he could deny that blink. That'd be pretty lit. Does he commit? Oh, yeah, that'd be a bit of a gamble, man. So he pulls the Marines back to the dead space. The Hellion Reaper goes back in. He's going to force those probes off. Gets 1 or 2 of them as well. Oh, wow, this is such a good start. 6 probes for a Hellion and a Reaper. Like his drop's pinned back there, but mining time as well. Zoun looking a little bit shaky in today's games versus Byun. He just looks a little uncomfortable, you know, a few overreactions here and there. Not quite that confident, just dominance of the early game we expect from Zoun. Now, Zoun has gone a very quick 3rd, so he can bounce back from little bits of damage like that. The 2-gate Blink Robo is one of the most powerful builds at just recovering any economic losses in the early game. Thank you very much for the 26-month resub, Freddle. Appreciate the love, mate. Teddy Trip, bunch of other cool kids hanging out today. What's up, gang? So we expect a reactor to go down. Byun, of course, going to be a little gas-starved at this stage of the build. Building tanks, trying to get your +1, your shields, all that sort of stuff going. It's going to be a little rough. And he's waiting, of course, with the Raven to drop auto turrets on this 3rd mineral line. And the drop there just patrolling back and forth, back and forth. Now, what's cool about that is it means it's going to be hard for you to immediately just subconsciously or kind of peripherally, I should say, not subconsciously, but peripherally noticing movement is often what happens with pro gamers as they glance at their minimap, as they go, oh, there's movement, he's coming in, blink, you know. But in this scenario, you look at this from Zoun's vision, constant red dot, darting in and out of his vision up there. So it's going to be very hard for him to pick up, oh, he's actually committing with that drop, let's try and catch it. So a real good usage of patrol, just to be super annoying there. Tanks, Marines, let's go, let's go. Oh man, this is a bit of a funky push. Raven comes in from behind the natural guys. And where is the Raven? There it is, comes in behind the natural. Okay, okay. Gets one probe. I don't know, man. I don't know about this push, guys. I would unsiege the tanks and run home right now if I was Byun. This is such a dangerous push. He's putting us... Run home now. He drops another auto turret there. It's cute. It's cute. Cute does not win games, guys. He's still got the 5 Marine drop. The can re-enter the main. What is he doing? Leave. Byun, you've got a free pass. The fact that he hasn't pounced on you yet is an absolute free pass. Run. Run home now. Byun, leave. Oh my god. Okay, so this is... I can't believe he managed to do that. That's so brave. But I think he knew that you've got to leave units to respect the Raven, respect the Marine drop in the back. I can be scary. And now he's even going to set up on the Watchtower. Once again, kind of dangerous, but it means, I mean, as Zoun, you step forward, you take 2 tank shots, bam, unit dies. You don't know how much is behind there, right? It's hard for you to judge. Oh yeah, I can go deal with that. He doesn't know how many units there are. So as Zoun, this really puts the fear in you, pushes back your map control, makes you very uncomfortable. He's got an observer down here. He does have the right watchtower with the zealot, but that whole left side of the map, it's one big question mark. What the hell is coming his way? And this is why Byun's able to siege his tank so far forward. Byun swapping into a Widowmine style. He's not going to be able to force through a frontal push. We'll see exactly what he can do. Oh shit me, man. Sorry about the lag, everybody. We're going to swap connections right after this game to make sure this doesn't happen anymore today. Luckily, it seems like the players aren't feeling it. It's just me. Looks like some micro disconnects. Still more mining time going down. Okay, 2 zealots coming in. Going to be a bit of a nuisance. Marauders with concussive, though. Are going to, of course, deal with those. Just a couple of SCVs go down. Brings it up to just 2 SCVs killed. Quite a few more have been killed by Byun in this game. And seeing those stalkers, best bet here is just shift-click the Marines on the probes. If he stemmed and did that, he might have killed a few things. Of course, he's a bit more focused on the front right now. He's got to be careful. Byun, oh no! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, and I think sending that drop in the main a bit early was a mistake, dude. Oh, look at that. He can burrow the Widowmines on the ramp. He says, come trade your gateway units into my Widowmines, mate. And that's always so uncomfortable. You especially don't want to do that with your stalkers. Another good Widowmine hit. Hits a lot of those. 13 probes go down. He's trying to take this all out. On the third base, Byun thinks about engaging. Oh, great blink. Gets the full medevac. And he sees this and he says, damn, I can't capitalize. I killed some probes. That's good. I can't capitalize. Oh, look at this. Byun. He's going to go for a run by. He's got the medevacs there. It is his get out of jail free card, but that's a dangerous one. Gets a few more probes, but he's got to pull back. Second eBay Armory go down there for Byun. Very dangerous position for them, but I guess that's where he just had extra SCVs hanging around. So he does clean up those zealots eventually. I think he's got such a good supply position. Byun's just got to be careful to not have a repeat of the last game where he stays out on the map with the dregs of his forces. He's got to just regroup, take those good fights. He's got 2-1 on the way, Ghost Academy. He's got a much better work account than the last game for sure. 66 rather than 56. But no 4th command center started just yet. So Byun's still in a very aggressive mode. Now he is on non-stop tank production. Normally a bit more of a ladder game style. Latter game. Late game is what I mean there, sorry. That's kind of a weird way to say that. Latter game style when we talk about ladder games all the time. The Church of Latter-day Ladder Games? I don't even know, man. Make sure you have your coffee if you've had a long day at work before you queue on the ladder, guys. That is the... Oh my god, Byun! Byun, what are you doing, bro? 3 full medevacs just sitting in the open. Oh my god. Oh, luckily he does keep one of them alive, but 10 supply just thrown away for no reason. This has been a big pet peeve of mine. I've been casting Byun a lot recently, and he will regularly have an army here, know about it, pick up and just drop like right past it. Like he just does some of the most wildly risky drop play I've ever seen. And it's a shame because as much as Byun is an aggressive player, I don't think of him as just a silly gambler like Marine King style where he's just literally like 3cc or die trying. No, it didn't work. Uh-oh. Like Byun, I want him to be a little safer with those drops. Just a little more caution there because he's been getting a lot of his drops caught by very clever PROTOSS players like Zoun. Now he's up 40 supplies still. Byun with a very good army. Trying to kite this army into a bad position is Byun. Both armies disengaged. Zoun's going to try and take a 4th. He starts the 4th Nexus. He's got now double Robo Disruptor, which are great defensive units. The Raven did actually survive. Still, I don't know how. I'd love him to rejoin that with his army just to try to clear up observers. Ooh, siege up, Byun. Uh-oh, Zealots. Oh, the tanks are in the front, guys. Those tanks, he loses one, he loses two. Great trade. A couple Zealots for 2 tanks. Tanks are such important units there for Zoun. I mean, I say good trade. Supply looks so bad for him. Maybe it's not a good trade because he needs amazing trades only from now on out just to survive. But the tanks are actually the big thing which zones out the disruptors. Just a very mature choice. Cancels the 4th base, says, yeah, I definitely need economy, but I need this army to not die more than anything. Whoa! Oh, Zoun ums and ahs a little bit with that disruptor shot. He second-guessed himself, pulled it back a little bit too much. Remember, the disruptors were a big problem for Byun in his series earlier today against Cyan. Oh, my lord, another 4 or 5 Marauders. And the Prism picked it up and saved that disruptor. Very well done by Zoun. Raven now rejoins the army, so observers can't keep track. Zoun's going to re-expand to the right side. He's getting his +2 attack, which will bring him to 2 upgrades, whereas there's 3 finished already for Terran, and he's going 3-2 and vehicle weapons. He's never planning to stop tank production. He's going to float that 4th over. Keep in mind, we're entering the stage of the game where Dark Templar run-bys might become a thing in the next minute or two. So it's okay for Byun to just have a Widow Mine or 2, get the planetary going for now. As time goes on, he's got to be very wary of the big Blink Dark Templar run-bys. Now, we know that Zoun is broke completely. Byun should have a good sense that he's ahead, but actually sealing the deal is a different story. There's 3 disruptors out, 2 more building right now, getting chrono boosted non-stop. Zoun knows those are his lifeline. The big splash damage there demands respect, and it's what's going to allow Byun, allow Zoun, to kind of keep Byun off the map. 3 more barracks go down and 2 more command centers. The Iron Bank is on the way, everybody. The moment he goes for his 3-base production, he also realizes, look, if I want to win the late game, how do I ensure victory in the late game? I've got to play like Maru. I've got to go for the Iron Bank. He's one of the best, well, he's the best Terran late game player for a reason. It's because he gets that Iron Bank out so early. The massive extra command centers that allows you to drop mules just to your heart's content, to scan the entire map and see what's going on, to find the Dark Templar, to find where their army is, beyond realizing how important that is in the late game. And he's gonna do that. Look at that, these tanks shelling on this army. He splits some bio off. He doesn't want to overcommit over there, but he's just keeping him busy. Still kind of scary situation because there's only 4 ghosts and there's a lot of Archons, and you are in PROTOSS territory. You got to be real careful. Those ghosts need to EMP the Archons. Otherwise, the Archons are just very dangerous units. Now, the big problem production-wise for Byun's style, guys, is that he's only got 1 factory building tanks. So if he ever loses his tanks, he's just reset to bio ghost, essentially. It's not an army that's going to do well at pushing through disruptors front on. So right now, his tank count's good, but if he loses these tanks, he's going to have to swap into more of a dropping style and more of a split pushing style. Oh, good defense by Zoun, and I don't think he got a Colossus there, guys. He's just lost a bunch of Vikings. The Disruptor's just got a double tap! 2 Disruptor shots, 2 tanks. Very nicely done. Oh, man. That was a double tap, double headshot maneuver. Zealot Archon flanks! The tanks are getting wrecked! The EMPs! Where are the EMPs from Byun? They're so slow to come down. Finally, they land, and those Archons melt. Once the EMPs land, the last Colossus does go down, so at least the Vikings do their job before they fall. That was the best trade Zoun's had all game. He ties up the units lost tab, brings things back to parity, and he starts to hunt this army down. The Marauders turn around, they take out 1 Disruptor, but these Disruptors are relentless, dude. They're picking him off. Byun's got to be careful. These fights are not going his way. He does punish a few of these Disruptors for overextending. There's a 5th base on the way in the top left. And as I said, Byun's overextended a little bit. Now, he can replenish because, guys, guess what? He's got a 5th command center floating up the top left. He's got a 4th orbital now finished as well. So it's not like he's at the full Iron Bank yet, but he's got a bit of extra insurance in those regards. Zoun realizing he's just won a fight. He says, let's start +1 armor. He's still down so much in the upgrades. He's got 3 upgrades versus 5. So he's still down 2 upgrades, but he's pushing him back. And Byun might be staying a bit too deep on this map. Any Stalkers, Archons, and models he can kill, definitely worth it. Byun needs to secure this 5th base to regrow a little bit quicker. He starts a 2nd starport here as well in the natural. That's where that is. He's already got enhanced shockwaves. And he's trying to rebuild the tank count, but remember, the tank count's going to be so low, these tanks are near worthless at this point. Like I said, it's almost not even worth building them at this point in the game. And because you just like, I have 2 siege tanks, like they don't kill much. Technically, if you can get back to 4, okay, you can target fire disruptors, but you kind of have bigger concerns, and mobility is more the thing you'd like to utilize here. to get out on that map, because Zoun does not have observers everywhere. He does not have a gigantic army. The Disruptor's not with the army. A huge mistake from Zoun, and Byun pounces. Oh, the Disruptors engage the bio. A lot of bio goes down, but the Disruptors were unsupported, so a lot of those go down as well. A scrappy fight. But remember, Byun has the 5th command center up. It's a planetary now, and he is pumping bio to his heart's content. He's still at 9 medevacs behind this. That being said, 2 Colossi are back out. He does not have Vikings anymore. He's only got 3 tanks, none of which are on the front right now. They're rallying across the map. There's only 1 Disruptor there, though. Only 1 Disruptor, and EMP's blanket. Oh, these Colossus need to get back to the batteries, I think. Oh, the Archons on the left are doing a really good job of it, but no battery overcharge. It's on cooldown from earlier. Oh my gosh. And it looks like Byun just has the numbers. Does manage to catapult his way through, and oh, a nice recall from Zoun. Saves some probes. He's going to try and re-expand to the right. I mean, Zoun's doing so much to try and get back in this game, but definitely Byun carrying his advantage very, very well. His +3 armor's kicking in, +2 vehicle weapons even, which I totally disagree with as an upgrade in this whole scenario. I really think he should have gone ship weapons. Helps Vikings versus Colossus, and a liberated transition off 2 reacted starport is a much more powerful thing to do, even if you don't have lib range, than getting +1 or +2 on 2 or 3 siege tanks. So definitely a small optimization there, which I think he's missing. In the midst of an otherwise dominating game and taking down one of the best PvT players in the world right now, honestly, Byun, you are a monster. You are a beast, and the way he danced on this map, even once the Disruptors were out and didn't just get pushed back like that last game, really well played. Should be game over now. He's still up a lot of upgrades. These tanks are in such a nice position. That Archon gets pushed into range, and the Vikings can pick at those Colossi a bit. I wouldn't mind. DT comes in. Scan takes it out. More Prism on the right side. I wouldn't mind seeing him just spread in the open. Colossus do a lot of damage when you're clumped up. EMP, though, just so good against Immortals and Archons. And there's too many Marauders. The front line crumbles. The Colossus crumbles. Zoun's got a tap. And Byun is in form right now. I think there's a lot we can learn from his TVP.